Hello, everyone. John's being Stanley Kubrick down there.
Right.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another D&D episode here on my channel with them boys. We're playing Curse of Strahd. This is episode 10. I titled it A Death.
Death for everyone.
So because last we left our fine adventurers, two of them had been knocked unconscious down to 0 hit points, that being Jordan and Mick, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Jordan was struck down by Crow, who was encouraged to attack him, and Mick was bitten by Arena, who he was trying to protect. And guess who showed up but our boy Strahd right at the end.
Yay, Strahd!
So in addition to that, we have Izek, who is at 1 hit point, thanks to John, who very heroically brought him back and saved the dying, or whatever that spell is called.
Yeah, and
Spare the
extra damage in doing so.
And we got the three shape-shifting Raven boys, and 3 dead guards who Strahd killed in a very dramatic fashion.
Am I still like laying underneath a cloud of daggers?
I believe,
Or did that spell get cast off?
I believe he
done.
ended concentration on that.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure it's like I don't want to be the guy that like gets 1 hit point. Oh, I'm like, oh dang it!
Just sit up and have a dagger impale your head. So that is where we're going to start, directly where we left off, obviously, because this is a linear story and that's how this works. You see those of you who are conscious see Strahd standing in front of you, and he glances around at the mayhem and the destruction, and then before you can really kind of comprehend or react to what's happening, he just begins to speak, and he says, "Indulge me, if you'd be so kind, for you see, I feel as though there's been a misunderstanding. I fear you see me as your enemy, your adversary, but you're so preoccupied by your perceptions, by your gullible nature to trust the word of strangers, simply because it fits the narrative you wish to be true. However, I urge you to challenge your preconceptions and see things from, let's say, my perspective. For you see, where I'm standing, I see a group of brave adventurers who infiltrated my borders in order to meddle in affairs they know nothing about. So before we proceed any further, allow me to educate you in the ways of my land, in my history, in the pain I suffer through from these wretched, soulless ones. I'm sure you've heard talk of that, yes? That a soul in a person here is a rarity, a gift. And those who lack this gift are envious of those that have it. Your friend, Ismark, he has no soul. Did he share that with you? I would imagine not.
He's monologuing. This guy's monologuing.
We're slowly sneaking off with Irina. He's talking with his back to us.
But his sister, she has a soul. And souls hold power. They hold memories. But the soulless, they try to quell those memories, to stop those who have the one thing they so desperately desire: life eternal. Many generations ago, I was in love. I was loved in these lands, adored as a leader and a protector. And I returned that love with kindness until my own people decided to turn on me and murder my one true love on the night of our wedding. I'm sure your friend Ismark did not tell you about this either, did he? And you see, I have waited all of these years for her to come back, to return to me. And she has. And yet there are people who wish once again to stand in the way of our love. Do you wish to be those people that stand in the way of a love so pure? Now, I must admit, I've enjoyed our little game of cat and mouse, but I think the time has come to be done with games, yes? So I shall give you a choice. You may join me, or you may die. But whatever your choice, the Tanya leaves with me tonight. And when he says that, he points at Arena, and she starts walking towards him. What do you do?
Can I use transform and also start walking towards him?
You certainly may do that if you choose to do that.
Look at that. So wait, technically there are only two of us that can actually say anything or do anything, or me and Guess, correct?
Can we resurrect Jordan at all?
I mean, you can try to get to him and give him a potion or a healing spell if you have one.
I do not. No.
I do. So what? Before I respond, just lay of the land again. There's Strahd is out in front of us.
Yep. And then Izek and Jordan are on the ground, although Izek is conscious, Jordan is not. Right behind him is Crow.
I helped Izak to his feet, by the way.
Okay, so
And I got
Izek is standing and probably like kind of resting on his axe, trying to stand. Directly behind Jordan's lifeless body is Crow. Behind Crow are the three Raven people. Behind them is Gesh and Ismark. And Jimbei, I'm not quite sure where you were in that group. And then
I should have been between, like I got pushed back from Izek when he kept doing that spell where I moved back 5 feet, but I was in front of the Ravens.
Okay, so you're still that wouldn't have changed your like order in the line. And then off to Strahd's right, your left, down a nearby alcove or alleyway is Mick's body and Arena, who is now walking out of that alley towards Strahd.
Okay.
That all make sense?
Are the Raven people doing anything?
They have not acted yet, but
Just curious. Not that I would know what anybody's doing.
Yes, Ismark. Okay. I just wanted to kind of get the understand what I was looking at. Just trying to remember.
But as far as you can tell, Strahd is not making any aggressive moves. So if you did want to attack him, you would get an attack of opportunity.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna speak first.
Sure.
Which is maybe a mistake, but I think that's what I'm gonna go with.
It hasn't really ever worked for us in the past.
It has not.
Attacking him that really hasn't either.
Sorry, we're not.
I was going to say, other than Jordan, attacking him hasn't really worked either. So, and Jordan's unconscious at the moment, conveniently for Strahd. So
that's why I was hoping we can resurrect him.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, patron, please rescue us again. Drive Jordan more mad.
Okay, how do I want to say this? Let's see. How do I want to say this? Say this correctly?
I thought you were going to be like, number one, fuck you. After all that big break, how do I
trying to say it nicely? Okay. Strange that you say that we have meddled in your affairs when everything points to you having invited us here. And you claim that your love with Arena is pure, and yet you're forcing her by trying to control her mind to be with you and not giving her a choice.
He says, I am forcing no one. I am clearing away what barriers your friend and his family has put in their way to block her memory, to block her true soul.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
Are you
This is going to go poorly.
He says, what you do or do not believe is of no consequence to me.
Can we ask the birds for help or what they think?
Ravens are probably waiting to see what we do.
Yeah.
Well,
Or you can talk to them, sure.
Will help. Well, I don't see myself. I won't speak for my party, but I don't see myself joining you as or allowing you to just take Arena.
I love how honest you're being with a stone cold vampire killer.
This is the character. This is not
I
probably.
love it. No, I love it. It's so good.
He says, I am not taking Arena. I am freeing Titania. But are you sure you have made your choice?
You said freeing Titania.
Yeah.
So is that like the spirit that's inside her or something?
In his mind.
Like the mummy when he resurrected the wife?
Yeah. Like clearly it's what he thinks.
Interesting. Does Ismark have anything to say? Being called out soulless and not her brother.
Do you want to like look at him or talk to him or anything?
Yeah, I'd like to see what Ismark thinks.
He looks just like the cat who ate the canary. He looks like totally shit-faced. Like,
Oh no.
He looks like,
Caught red-handed, guilty.
I mean, it's hard to say, but he looks like he is a little taken aback that what Strahd is about from what Strahd is saying.
So wait, he looks taken aback, or he looks like
he looks like shocked with, but like you feel like maybe you can see some guilt or some, not necessarily guilt because he doesn't feel badly about anything, but
Powerlessness or helplessness?
yeah, there's something under the surface that seems like not quite on the level, put it that way.
Yes, are you going to say anything to Ismark?
No, I'm gonna take it at face value where it seems like it's probably telling the truth about Ismark. Yeah.
What's
Strahd turns to you, Jinbei, and he says, "You have made your choice, then."
yes?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Okay.
It's gonna be like a scene from Watchmen with Rorschach. He just poof.
Probably.
Do it.
He
That's an amazing analogy. I love it.
oh boy! All right. He raises his hand and shoots a fireball at you.
Oh no.
Oh.
What's your armor class?
18.
Oh wow.
18?
Nice. That's a big one. That's awesome.
Holy crap. Are you wearing your underoos? What's going on?
You're a
Armor
good
and a
bandit.
shield.
Okay.
Oh,
So you he shoots his fireball and you're able to react just in time, and you raise your shield and it smashes into the shield, and you feel this like immense heat that just is like almost penetrating your shield, and it knocks you back quite a ways, but it does not deal damage to you.
Damn. Well, yeah, because you'd have to roll a 19 or 20 to hit him.
Thank you. Lucky me.
Are you gonna talk trash, Jim B?
But the good
Is that all
news,
you got?
the good news about that is that we need to roll initiative now,
Oh boy.
Oh, shit.
I don't need to roll, right?
including those who are unconscious, because you're going
Okay.
to be
For
rolling
our death save.
death saves.
What about me?
Yes, you roll initiative for me as well, please.
21.
Nice.
Man, you're the king of this, man.
I wish I wasn't, because I always roll badly afterwards.
What's your dexterity modifier?
+4.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Gesh.
18. Do I use my dexterity modifier as well or no?
Yeah.
2, so 20.
Wow.
Jinbei.
8. Yeah.
Jordan.
I got an 8 too. That's
And what are
hilarious.
your dexterity modifiers?
3.
Dexterity is 1, I think.
Okay. And Crow.
6.
Perfect. Okay. Mick, you're up first.
All right.
You see TJ's pickup? 5 little birds for $1 each.
Nice.
11. So
Can't
that's a save.
What's that?
11. So that would be a save.
What are you trying to do? Oh, you're unconscious. Yes. Okay, great. Next up is going to be Strahd. And he is going to he moves at you, Jinbei, with like incredible speed, and
Okay.
he is going to try to just do a couple of unarmed strikes on you.
Okay.
So the first one is definitely going to hit. It's a 27,
Oh, yeah.
and the next one is a 24.
Oh, that's going to hit too.
Okay. So the first one does 11 bludgeoning damage,
Okay.
and 8 necrotic damage.
Damn.
And the second one does 10 bludgeoning damage.
Good night.
And
I'm out. Like,
Okay.
yeah. That did it.
I feel like Winston Zeddemore. If someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes.
All right, so we can no longer resurrect Jordan, right?
So he like just shoots at you like almost with a blurring speed, and just punches you harder than you can imagine with his claws and his fists, and like just 2 very pointed strikes at you, and you fall like a sack of potatoes. And when you fall so quickly, he turns to the other 2 who are still standing, and he says, "I told you, we are done with games."
I was expecting a. Did you hear the question? Now it's your turn.
Does anyone else wish to challenge me?
I think I'm good here.
He takes your silence, Gesh, as a no, and he begins to walk back to where Arena is, and he walks up to her, and she places her hand on his cheek, and you hear her say, "My love, it has been so long."
Oh, snap.
And when Isaac sees this, he like stands up straighter, and those of you who are like around him see him kind of like smoke start to billow from his shoulders and his head, and he starts to scream, and he runs straight at Strahd, and he says, "You leave her alone!" And he runs like square into him with such incredible force that he pushes him back from Arena. And when he does, he ignites into this tremendously huge fireball that pushes you, like it's just an absolutely massive explosion. You also feel the force of this like bomb-like fireball. And and Arena goes flying backwards, being so close to him, and she goes tumbling and rolling through the street. And the rest of you are also pushed back from the force, but it does not do any damage to any of you.
I just see my lifeless body like slide.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And when you are able to regain your footing and look back up, you see Izek is just like a charred mess on the ground, and Strahd is engulfed in flame, just screaming, and he just in a blink of an eye, where he was standing, it turns into mist, and he is gone.
He didn't grab her. He just left her.
He left her.
So the guy I saved is gone. He's dead.
He is like
Kamikaze.
he's like Aunt Brew and Uncle Owen. He's just like a little crispy skeleton.
Damn.
Uncle Owen.
I guess I'm glad I saved him, but
Yeah, because he potentially saved us. 3 of us might still die.
So,
So
what are non-healers going to do?
when after this happens, after Strahd explodes, for lack of a better term, the 3 ravens quickly run to the 3 of you who have been downed and pour healing potions down your throats, and you are all back to 1 hit point.
1 hit point. All right.
Are we going to talk to
And
him?
when you wake up, the head raven looks at all of you and he goes, "That was all really stupid of you.
Thanks for the help.
Don't expect us to bail you out in the future like that if you do foolishness such as that. I mean, you guys really screwed the pig there."
I was like, "What happened?" I wasn't even awake for it.
And your patron says, "Jordan, you missed quite a scene. There was this whole speech. It was really quite entertaining.
Sleepyhead.
Get your popcorn, buddy. Let me tell you a tale."
I want to hear him tell the tale.
So to sum up, Strahd might not be the bad guy after all, because he just wants his love back, and he says this Ismark character is a real shady shithouse.
Where is that guy?
Yeah, you look and he's gone.
So Ismark took off.
Ismark's gone.
And Isaac is a crispy toast.
Yeah, he said, "Oh yeah, that guy definitely saved your hind ends. Good call on being the hero."
Oh, I have a headache.
So to sum up, things are kind of complicated, and you guys might want to kind of reconvene and talk about what you're doing from here on out, because it doesn't seem so cut and dry anymore, buddy. And he kind of slaps you in the ass and he says, "Go get him, Tiger."
That was so worth it.
Oh, I'm so glad we're doing this remotely.
And we're in front of the tavern hotel thing, right? We can all just go inside and rest up and get full help again.
Sure, if you just want to like be like, "All right, time for a nap, guys."
Yeah. A
So
beer
wait,
and a shot in bedtime.
Before we decide what we're doing, Ismark disappeared. Izek is toast.
Yeah.
Where is Arena?
Arena is there, and she kind of is like, she's on the ground still, and she's kind of like slowly getting to her feet, and like holding her head a bit.
Which personality is she now?
I think that's what we need to find out. I'm just gonna say her name. Arena, are you okay?
And she kind of looks up and she says, What happened?
A lot. So, we need to talk.
Maybe Jordan's patron can
Yeah,
explain it to you.
Jordan Pavement says, why don't we play a little game of telephone and fill her in? I want to hear what you think I said.
One of your brothers is the toast on the ground there. One of your brothers ran away in shame. And it sounds like your boyfriend husband is the vampire that's been chasing us all along.
She says,
And you gave me a hickey like no other.
she says, that didn't make any fucking sense.
I agree.
Exactly.
And there's still a freaking saber-toothed tiger running around.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was
In the
thinking. Yeah.
fire.
I was going to say that next.
Yeah, and a fire.
Tiger and fire.
And the Burgermaster dragging people by his horse.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, that guy's most certainly dead by now.
Oh yeah, that guy's toast.
the guy he was dragging or the burgomaster?
The guy was dragging.
Forgot about that guy. He's just bits and pieces across the kingdom.
What are the Raven people doing?
They're
Crash.
they're walking back towards the bar. They don't seem very interested in like
Us anymore.
just kind of like talking about what happened.
Yeah.
Discussing the goings on of what just occurred. They're just like kind of like, all right, let's get back inside. And
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we gotta get some cover somewhere. So, I mean, one place as good as any, I guess.
I mean, it's definitely later in the day at this point. If you do want to just like rest for the evening,
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say it's late night at this point, right? Because the festival is in the evening. So
definitely the later afternoon. So, and it's
let's see Arena. Let's go in and decide what the heck we got to figure out what our plan is going forward.
she says, where is Ismark?
After Strahd made
Ran
smack,
away like a bitch.
he ran. I mean that
does not sound like him.
well, that's what we need to talk about. Something is going. There's more information than your brother was telling us, Arena.
It sounds like some real stinky cheese.
Yes,
That is some sneaky cheese.
very stinky.
Worse than Limburger. That's
Yes.
I wonder, Jordan, you got anything to say to Crow at this point?
I'm not talking to him right now.
Ow, man.
well, if he's still on the ground, I'll reach down and help him up.
To be honest, Jordan,
Yeah.
to be perfectly fair, you don't know who hit you because he hit you from behind.
Okay.
Okay. So we
I mean,
yes,
I'm
I know, but
I'm
Jordan,
sure-
My patron left that out.
Yeah, he's just kind of like giggling to himself. Wait till you find out.
I guess I would fess up in character and tell Jordan that it was me, but not of my accord.
Oh, Strahd teleport behind you.
Strahd.
Hard.
Yeah. Strahd made me do it.
He grabbed me like a marionette and was like, "Rah! My name's Crow."
You got better.
I pulled my swing.
Yeah, I didn't actually kill you. I just knocked you unconscious.
Yeah, I think we're all like stunned into silence at this
Yeah,
point.
we all have PTSD at this point, and we all need food and drink and some
I
bedtime.
think I just go ahead and start walking towards the inn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Without really talking to anybody, you're just like,
Yeah.
bed, drink.
Yep.
All right.
yes,
Well,
I think that's where we're all at.
Unless we want to go raid that lady's house for that magical item.
yeah, with
Not right now.
three of you at one,
One health.
three of you at one hit point. You want to tackle that right now?
Yeah.
We could go tell her we killed the guard.
Yeah.
We can do that tomorrow, though.
Yeah. She can answer the door, and I'll look like her, and we just do a switch out.
You really want to use that?
I was going to use that.
Or
bad.
we're through. He will find a way.
Yeah.
I was tempted to like change into Strahd and then like tease him and then slap my butt looking at him.
Well, then you would have died
what
to me. That would have been appreciated.
Wow.
All right. So you're gonna turn in for the evening and start fresh tomorrow.
I
Yeah,
think
mean, if Arena is not gonna like run off and look for her brother or something.
Yep. She's a mean kisser. Let's just leave her with Crow.
All right.
Okay.
Then dee-dee-doo-doo. You guys wake up refreshed.
All right.
Jazz hands.
Do we go back to full health? Is that how it works?
Full health, full long rest. So full health, full spell slots, and you guys leveled up.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I'm
So-
alive.
Hopefully, if you did your homework like I asked you, you should have all your stuff ready, and you can just add it on to what you're doing.
I just got to roll my thing. Why does it keep doing that when I do that?
If anyone had gotten any new or interesting abilities, feel free to share them. But otherwise, we can just move on.
So I
You
did.
get to attack twice in a turn now.
So
Well,
can I,
that's not great for me.
I'm adding the spell banishment.
That sounds fun. What does that do?
You attempt. At level 4, it's one character, but at level 5, I can banish 2 at the same time. You attempt to send one creature that you can see within range to another plane of existence.
Oh shit!
The target must succeed on a charisma saving throw or be banished for up to a minute. It's a
Oh, okay.
concentration.
So it's not like a just peace out. You're in the land of the dinosaurs now.
No.
They just
If they're native to another plane of existence, that's where they go.
Okay.
Or it's up to the DM what plane of existence they end up on.
cool. That's fun.
Yeah. So if we're getting attacked by a large group, I can just be like, point at those two. I don't like those two.
Yeah.
I now have all 3 of my luck points back, and I gained the spell Misty Step and Silence.
Cool. So you're sneaking around.
And I pick up Destroy the Undead.
That's sounds handy for this campaign.
So what that means is that the channel divinity that I've been using, I'll get my hit points managed here in a second. Why is it? This stupid thing's messing up my hit points. So when I use channel divinity, turn the undead as an action, anyone that fails. So basically, if you remember what that is any undead within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw, or they have to flee.
Yeah. Instead of that, they just are disintegrating.
Anything with a challenge rating below 1/2 is instantly destroyed.
Okay.
Everything else would still be just turned away if it has a challenge rating above 1/2. And then that goes up as I get stronger. Like it's
Sure.
level 8, it becomes 1, so on and so forth. But yeah.
Cool.
And since we have all just awoken, I immediately cast Goodberry and give 2 to everyone. Everyone of us, not Arena.
Yeah. Gesh, what'd you get?
I was gonna do a Misty Step, but now that Mick has it, I'm like second.
That don't mean you can't.
Yeah, I guess.
It's what you wanted to use.
All right.
All right.
But all of you notate and remember, you each have 2 good berries now. So if one person goes down, you can save them.
Just go up and kind of move their mouth for them. All right. So it's a bright new morning. You all wake refreshed. And how do you want to tackle your day?
Is Irina still there?
Arena's still there.
Okay. Just curious if she
She looks a little shell shocked, but she did not run off.
I gotta roll for my thing real quick. 1d8 plus your modifier.
Gash, did you increase your hit points?
No, how do I do that?
roll a
roll
die.
your hit die.
I rolled horribly.
Roll my d20.
No, whatever your hit dice is.
I think it's a 6. Right?
It's either a 6 or an 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
1.
Oh, great. That's,
So that's my HP.
yeah, you add that to your HP.
Okay, so I went down
But
33.
it's plus. Is it plus something? Plus.
Oh yeah, my charisma, right?
Probably.
Or- Okay,
Yeah.
so that'd be 4.
Okay.
So
So that's
I'm at
your max hit points.
36 HP is my max.
plus 4. So
Plus your Constitution modifier. That's what it is.
Oh, is your Constitution not charisma?
No, it's different.
Mine
For,
is.
Oh, okay.
different for every
Mine
class.
Okay.
it's 3 plus 3. Okay. Go back and. Why does it keep jacking with my hit point?
Hey,
This stupid thing won't accept like when I'm trying to change them, and now it's got them leaving less than they were before.
is there a way we can access her her other personality?
Why would you want to?
I don't know. Talk to her and get some answers.
Irina, do you have any idea where your brother would go? Is there anyone he knows here? Anybody that he's friends with?
No, I don't think so. I don't know why he would leave my side. He's always swore to protect me my whole life.
Well, last night, Arena, when Strahd showed up, he made some accusations against Ismark about that he had been trying to control you to keep you from Strahd, like against your will, and Ismark kind of freaked out and didn't really act like they weren't true.
She says, "Well, why? He does not need to keep me from Strahd. I don't want to be with Strahd." And you feel like she's kind of struggling to say that a little bit.
Well, when Strahd took control of you for a minute and you attacked Mick, like
I did what?
to a different name. You answered to a different name.
I
Yeah, what was that
attacked
name?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Do we remember that name?
It was Titania.
Should we ask her if Titania sounds familiar or rings any bells?
Yeah. Does the name Titania mean anything to you, Arena?
She thinks about it for a second. She says, "I don't believe so, but doesn't sound unfamiliar either."
Okay.
I want to go out and talk to the Ravens.
Okay.
Are they? How many are out there this morning?
There's just one.
I would sense that is interesting, except that I heard you roll, so it's really. I would find the deeper meaning in that, but no. So I go out. Good morning.
I run out and stand by Jordan.
He says, "Boys,
I got the feeling you were disappointed in our efforts to deal with some of these unusual situations you're having around here.
Yeah, you didn't handle it with much aplomb.
Ooh, I like your vocabulary, Birdman. I'm going to say this though. You don't like how we're doing it, but you don't want to help us do it any better. Can you explain that for me? Because I would love some assistance from you. Some guidance would be great.
Okay, I'll cut to the chase here. We have a common enemy, clearly, if you are against Strahd, which it seems like you are. But our focus is protecting this inn, not to risk our lives for your mission.
Gotcha.
What's special about the inn?
It's our home.
As ravens or as men or as what?
We're one and the same.
So, is it possible the head of your order might be willing to give us some guidance?
I'll talk to him.
I greatly appreciate that.
Who is the barkeep to you?
She's one of us.
Did you happen to see where our friend sort of scurried off to, what direction he might have gone last night? I was busy dying.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, he ran behind the inn. We obviously were not flying at the time, so we couldn't really follow him. But yeah, he went that way, which would be north.
And you haven't seen him since scuttling about?
No, but you know what I'll do for you? I'll send a couple of scouts around to see if we can spot him.
You are amazing. I appreciate in a big way what you did for me last night in particular. So
Yeah, you probably didn't deserve it, but you know.
I didn't. I can legitimately tell you that that's true.
But you're welcome.
This has been very helpful. I will talk to you later.
TTFL.
All right, so I'll go back in and let everybody know the info that I got.
Sure.
I kind of feel like, gentlemen, we got three things to. Oh, wait, I didn't bother looking towards the fire. Is the fire still burning?
So there, it seems like the fire has been put out, but there's still kind of like some residual smoke, kind of.
Gotcha. Okay.
From probably some embers or something, but
I feel like there's three things going on here, gentlemen. We got to check in with the burgomaster because his right-hand man died fighting Strahd last night. He might have some info for us. We should probably find out what burned down last night and if there's anything we can do to help. And three, we should look for skid mark. That's
Have we forgotten the object that the lady has?
Oh, the old lady that I visited and lied to?
Yeah. Do we risk them not having someone seen what actually happened to Isaac, and do we try to use that to your advantage?
What was I supposed to do for her? I can't remember. I was just supposed to
You
go.
were supposed to kill him.
Supposed to kill.
yes, Isaac.
Isaac.
Yeah, so you can say you killed him. We could drag his body.
It would be much better, I think, to go to the woman's home.
I
Right.
forgot about that whole.
Well, we killed him. He's dead now.
Is the body still in the street?
No, someone is taking him.
Okay.
So you can tell the lady you killed him.
Yeah.
Well, I killed him. We can be together now.
I mean-
She's like, what?
So we got that going for us.
There's a possibility that there is a possibility that someone's seen the actual fight, but
This is true, but it seemed like most of the people that were there either died or were us.
There's also another problem, Jordan. The lady doesn't know me, Gesh, or Jimbe. It's you and Crow that would have to go in, and he kind of sort of killed you once, even though he wasn't really in control. So
I haven't gotten over it, but I'm going to ignore it for now.
if the two of you were to go to the lady, Jimbe and I found a way through the
Potentially.
through the basement, potentially. While you two are in there, the three of us could see if we could get in that way.
And do what?
Sneak
We
around.
would search for whatever while you keep the other occupied, and use your special talk to let us know when you're coming out.
We are looking for her treasure under lock and key, right?
Just gotta find it in the house. Gotta get some information from her, I guess, to find out where it is.
I feel like I almost want that on the back burner until we find Skidmark, but maybe that's just silly.
Back burner because he went up in flames.
Nice. I mean, do we have to find him? Like, do we have a reason to find him?
He was going to pay us.
Well, I'd also kind of like to get the story,
Yeah, the answer to what the
It looks
heck
like
we
you would
walked
be an
into.
easy guy to beat the story out of.
All right.
I mean, I feel like we have a window here with Isaac's death that we can take advantage of with this lady.
Good call.
Yes.
But Ismark, obviously, Arena is like, we're going to have to deal with Ismark at some point. We have to get the answer to know what we're doing.
But I just thought of another problem. What are we going to do with Arena if Jordan and Crow have to go into the lady, and the three of us want to try sneaking? Or are we just going to have her sneak with us? I mean, what are we going to do there?
Well, realistically, like, I don't know. The guest and I are very sneaky.
Yeah, I was saying I can stay behind.
I don't think we want to sneak in with a crew. I think that might just be you, Mick.
Oh, he is a sneaky one.
I mean,
Not really.
I don't see the three. I don't see the three of us managing our stealth rolls.
I could stay behind and watch
well
her.
enough to like actually sneak in as a party.
Gesh is like, you guys go out. You guys, I want you to risk all your lives and everything.
I'm going to stay back with the babe.
Back at the bar. If that's, I mean, are you good with that?
I'll keep prodding and poking her.
I'm not saying that we can't be. I'm not saying that we can't be nearby, where if Jordan's spell can talk to us and let us know what's happening, that we can come to aid if we need to. But I don't think we want to try to sneak in with 4 people.
Maybe we can get some
That was my
information.
whole point. We can't sneak in with Arena.
Well, I don't think we can sneak in with 3 people.
Right.
It needs to be 1.
I think Jordan should go and get information from the lady saying that he killed the guard or whatever and see where that gets us.
And not sneak in?
Yeah. Because we could always sneak in later because that door is still unlocked. We don't have to do it at that time.
But they are distracted potentially why Jordan's talking to them, which makes it easier potentially for Mick to sneak around. I'm not very sneaky. Like, let's just put it that way.
Do you not have spells to help you with that?
No. I'm a cleric. I'm not. There's a different set of spells.
I'm a large dragon.
I have this armor on that I have disadvantage whenever I roll it. So
You could leave your armor behind.
You could leave your armor behind.
yeah, and then I would have no armor.
Yes, but you'd be less likely to be spotted and have to
Very
use.
sneaky.
Can use Misty Step.
Or the three of us just stay here with Arena and let Jordan and Crow try the other thing. See what the lady says. Because if I could sneak in with them talking, then I could sneak in with them not there at all. If I'm
Maybe.
using stealth, it really
If
doesn't matter.
most of the people in the house are talking to them in a single room, it's a lot easier for you to sneak around the rest of the house.
How do we know it's most of the people in the house in one room?
I doubt the lady's going to meet with Jordan and Crow without her sons there.
But how do we know
Last time.
those are the only other ones in there?
Or her guard or whatever. The guy that was like guarding her. Sorry, that's the guy I meant. Sorry, I forgot. Her sons weren't there, but her guard was there.
Yeah, the guard was there.
She could have like 12 ninja babies in the basement. We don't know.
Ninja babies.
the hell
Somebody
out of there.
trademark that. I want a trademark on ninja babies.
Ninja babies.
Hold on. Let me figure something out here. Okay, Alec, this is a game play question. I forgot. How do you figure your armor? Your armor class standard, it's your dexterity plus 10, right?
I think so. Why are you asking about taking your armor off?
Yeah, I'm seeing how bad it is with my
So
armor.
you would just subtract whatever you said it scale mail?
Uh-huh. Well, I think I would just be subtracting I think I'd subtract 4 because it's my constitution plus 10, I believe, is the armor class standard, right?
So scale mail gives you 14 plus your dexterity modifier. So it would be 10 plus your dexterity.
Yeah. So I would actually be if it's my dexterity, I would be at a 14 armor class. And then with the scale mail, I'm only at 16 because it has a max.
Right, max is plus 2. Well, max of 2 to your dexterity, yeah.
So actually, I'm not that much weaker. But then again, that's a big jump. 2 points down.
Yeah, that can be a big difference sometimes in rolls, but
yeah.
I mean, it's not like you go down to 10.
Well, let me ask this to the group then. Do you guys feel it would be a waste for me not to try and sneak in while Jordan and Crow are talking? Or do you feel like it's the same risk letting them talk without sneaking in versus sneaking in?
I will go ahead.
I think good. No, it's good.
I will tell you, if you sneak in while they're talking, I will give you certain advantages as far as your stealth goes because, she will be engaged rather than, like if you, I won't make you need to roll as high to be stealthy. I'll say that.
Well, Gesh, Jimbei, if you two will watch Arena near the end of the road where the house is, and Jordan, if you're willing to cast your spell so we can all communicate.
I feel like this is an unnecessary risk, but that's just me. I don't think it's going to be as easy as just like, oh, there's the thing we're looking for. Sweet, we're out of here. Like, it's going to be complicated, and if you get in a brawl and I don't know what's going on, like you're all on your own.
Do you want me to?
If we can communicate, I can let you know if I need them to come help.
And then what? I'm going to just run out of the meeting on this old lady. Just be like,
No.
I'm getting a phone call.
The telepathic phone call.
Well, here's the thing. At some point, I think we're going to have to get this item.
Yes, I agree.
We have to get it.
So why not get
All
information?
right, I think
from
it's
her?
settled then. You two talk, and I'll take off my scale mail and.
Do you
see
really,
what
Jimbe, do you think that it's worth the risk to just send him in all by himself?
I was gonna say, do you want me to go with him or
I don't know if Gesh is very stealthy. Yes, I am not stealthy at all.
I'm a big black dragon. I don't know how stealthy I am.
The more people that go, the less likely it is to be able to get in and out undetected.
So I'm not trying to help you decide one way or another, but would you have another plan if someone doesn't sneak into the house?
I'm just going to go and try to see what information we can gather before we thought about it. But I guess, there's a way to look at it.
My only other plan would be for me to change into her or something and like chloroform her face if we have chloroform. That is the only thing I can think of.
Wants to use the spell.
I mean, it's like, what good is it if you don't use it? So that's the only thing I can think of that is like besides sneaking in. So
What is the spell? Is the spell just disguise self?
It's just you can transform yourself into anything.
Is that what it's called?
It has to be something you've seen, right?
Well, I just want to know the title of this. What's it called?
Disguise self, yeah.
Yeah, because I have it too.
No, it's alter self.
We have alter self.
Yes.
Well, as far as decisions, it's taking a bit long. I'm going to do it.
So
I'm not going to try to convince you otherwise. Then.
You could make yourself into anything.
Let's find out.
It seems a subtle difference, alter and disguise. But...
Yeah, you assume a different form. When you cast a spell, choose one of the following options, the effects of which last for the duration of the spell. While the spell lasts, you can end one option as an action to gain the benefits of a different one. Hold on, I think I skipped the page. No, I'm good. Okay.
What are the options?
Aquatic adaptation, change appearance, and natural weapons. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so change appearance is you transform your appearance. You decide what you look like, including your height, weight, facial features, sound of your voice, hair length, coloration, and distinguishing characteristics, if any. You can make yourself appear as a member of another race, though none of your statistics change. You also can't appear as a creature of a different size than you, and your basic shape stays the same. If you're bipedal, you can't use this spell to become quadrupedal, for instance. At any time for the duration of the spell, you can use your action to change your appearance in this way again. So apparently you can change yourself over and over again. And then if I want to use natural weapons, I can grow claws, fangs, spines, horns, whatever.
How long does the spell last?
It's a concentration, right? So it's however long.
Yeah, however long. Concentration up to 1 hour. So whatever 1 hour means.
Potentially, Guess could go with Mick, but did Guess see the maid? Or like anyone, like Guess has seen one of the sons.
I don't think I've seen anyone because I've been at the road the whole time, and I don't think you can see.
No, I mean you saw the sons in the bar, right?
I have seen the sons. Yeah.
So potentially you could like
I could be a son,
Mick, and pretend to be a son,
right?
If you needed to, like if somebody came,
right, and hopefully I won't run into the same son or something, or a brother that has him.
But I mean, that's an idea if we wanted to send two. But again, the more people you send, the tougher it is to truly be sneaky.
Right. Yeah. So once again, that's my only other option of sneaking in is me changing myself. You know.
Well, I mean, if Mick wants to do it, I mean, Mick seems like down to do this.
Mick has telepath, right? You guys have a telepath control thing. Is that what's going on?
Yeah. Let me read up on message just to make sure that it's going to work for what we want to do.
Yeah.
And since I'm having to take off my armor for this, I just want you guys to know this is what I look like now.
That's amazing. Wonderful.
Well, I just got demonetized.
We're showing titties.
Oh goodness.
As long as they're within 120 feet, a creature within range, and I can whisper a message, and they can send a message back.
So I'm just underneath, so I don't.
The spell doesn't have to follow a straight line, can travel freely around corners or through openings. It can go through a magical silence, a 1 foot of stone, an inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood.
So yeah, you could go through the floor.
Yeah.
What about to us on the outside, though?
As long as you're within 120 feet and aren't blocked by more than 3 feet of wood or more than a foot of stone.
I think the feet thing might be. I'll be able to hear him, but you guys may not because how far he has to go into the house.
Well, I can only do to one person at a time, so it's kind of like I got to go to bing, 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 whomever.
Well,
but
they
then
can't
you can
go back and forth.
along. Yeah.
As long as you know where we're at. What does it take? Like, if you can't see us, can you like initiate?
It says point a finger toward a creature within range and whisper a message. The target hears the message and can reply in a whisper that only you can hear. You can cast the spell through solid objects if you are familiar with the target and know it is beyond that barrier.
Okay.
It's tricky. So if I don't know exactly where you are, I don't know that it would work.
Yeah, well, you
would have to be like point the finger down and whisper.
Well, that's the other thing. I'm just talking to her. I'm like, I got this feeling. Don't go in there.
Check out my shoes.
Right? Did you see my shoes? That's a bad idea.
Run now. Run to the store and buy some new shoes.
Boy, these shoes sure let me run really fast.
Yes, that rules. That's so good. You get really creative with that. That's fantastic.
All right. So what do we think?
Let's do it.
Well, this is Jordan and Mick are going to be the ones that are going to have to pull
Well,
this off.
Crow's with me. I got a bodyguard at least.
That's true.
Who may or may not be trying to kill you.
Well, yeah. I'm not saying it's a win-win. It's a mixed match kind of thing.
Do you guys think I should go with Mick just in case I have to transform into a brother and to say I'm transporting him as a friend or something? We need a plan. My stealth modifier.
It's your dexterity.
Yeah, my dexterity 2 + 2. So yeah, 14 + 2.
No, not 14 + 2.
Yeah, it's just
No,
2.
it's yeah. Your dexterity is 14, which is a +2.
Yeah. So what would your stealth be?
I don't have.
Unless you're proficient in stealth, it's just +2.
Okay, well then, yeah, I'm probably better off going lone then.
Okay.
Because mine's +7.
Yeah. That's why I was like, Mick's going to want this guy. Mine's +1. And unless I take my armor off, I'm at disadvantage. So,
Okay, I'm ready now. Let's do this.
all right. And we're going to stand. Well, when we get to the house, we'll decide what corner. We'll tell Jordan what corner of the house on the street we'll be standing, like what direction, so he knows.
And I'm going to be waiting like 50 feet farther down from the house than you guys until I see Jordan and them go in. Then I'll.
Yeah. All right. So Crow and I walk up to the front door.
Okay, and you knock.
I'm gonna make Crow knock. I don't trust knocking on
All right,
doors.
so how's the house laid out real quick again? Remind me, like to the
There's
street.
a long entry hallway. They brought us around.
No, I mean like on the street, so I can tell you where we're going to be.
From the street, there's a path that leads up to the door. That is so like the left hand of the house faces the street.
Okay.
So the street goes north to south, and so does that orientation of the house. So the east-west orientation is pointed towards the street.
Okay. East-west goes toward the street. Okay. But you got to walk around to the north to go to the front door?
The door's on the south.
Door's on the south. Okay. So we will be, but the house runs east to west. So that we can't be seen from the front door, Jordan, we're going to be on what would be the north for you. So which side, is it east or west that's closest to the road?
West.
Okay, so northwest corner of the house is where Guess, Arena, and I will be.
Okay. And Crow will come around and with me, and we'll knock on the south door, right?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so you knock.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right, the little window opens up, and you see the eyes of the maid, and she says, "Huh, yeah, we've been expecting you." And she opens the door and lets you in.
Huzzah, good lady. Let us talk to your mistress.
Yeah, we don't need any of that. Come on. And she leads you to the same den where you met with Fiona last time.
Yeah.
And she is there with her guard again.
Just the two of them.
Yep.
So, Alec, are we going to do like last time? You're going to take care of the inside first, then take care of my stuff?
We can try to bounce back and forth if you want.
I think it's got to happen.
It's gonna, yeah.
Because there's going to be
Conversations, yeah.
Yeah, well, you just tell me when you're ready for me.
I'm gonna basically like let you each take an action.
This room is in what port? Like where in the house? North, east, southwest.
It is on the west side of the house, kind of
facing the street.
Facing the street. So yeah, you are going to be seated facing the street.
Who says I sat? I didn't sit down. I'm not sitting.
Well, the chairs that she gestures to let you sit in are facing the street, and her back is to the windows behind her.
Okay. Her back is to the windows?
Yeah, so there are windows behind her that face the street and the garden.
Gotcha. And there's no other windows, it's just the ones behind her?
So it's actually this room has a bit of a bulb to it that sticks out from the house. So there's actually windows that face north, west, and south.
Okay,
She's hanging out outside on the corner.
interesting.
We're just,
So if I were standing in front of her, would I have an angle where I could see Jembe and Gesh?
Probably not.
Okay.
Should we try to walk over to a corner where he can see us?
No,
So
well, we
might
want to tell
us,
him.
you know?
We told him
I mean,
where
I would have told them that her room has a certain window set up.
Right. So you would situate yourself where you wouldn't be able to be seen from the windows because you don't want her seeing you either. I would
Yeah,
assume.
we don't want them to see us, so we
We
would
can start a doo-wop group outside, and we'll just look not suspicious.
Oh, my baby.
And where's Mick right now? Is he with you guys?
I would assume
so
that we need to make her move.
Once you went in the house, I assume that he was sneaking around.
And
Yeah.
and where in the portion of the house he's going in is the east at the back there?
Yep. So the east of the house, there's the bulkhead with the stairs. Oh,
He got attacked by the cat.
That's why I hate cats.
Roll for initiative.
hey, my cat has never once attacked me. He's the sweetest boy. Roll for initiative. Okay. So yeah, like I was saying, I'm basically going to let you each take an action, or like if Jordan and Crow are having a bit of a conversation, then I'm going to cut back to Mick and vice versa.
I'm gonna remain standing for dramatic I don't know, whatever. Because the truth is, if I need to point towards Mick, it's behind me. If I'm facing her west,
I could do one of these. Like,
I'm gonna be like,
How would you point?
scratch my shoulder and just point.
I'm below you, or I will be.
yeah,
How will that
Well,
help?
and behind me.
right. You're on opposite ends of the house, so he's going to have to point like down and back to start.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
wonderful.
So, while you're walking in the house, I assume Mick, you're sneaking around the back.
Yeah, I was planning on just walking like a normal person down the road, and then when I cut left, I cut to that corner where the what is it called? Cellar? The cellar door or whatever?
It's a bulkhead.
Yeah, that we tried earlier.
Yep.
All right, and then I see if it is unlocked. I believe you said it was last time.
Yes, it is still unlocked.
All right, so I open it.
I'm going to point to you at some point when we're just walking down the hall. I'm going to point in that general direction and just be like, so we're in here. This is a beautiful place.
I would assume so.
I'm wanting you to tell me what you're doing, jackass.
Well, I'm about to see if anything pops out of the scary doorway first.
Okay.
I'm saying I prepped you, Mick, with the idea that I'm going to say stuff to you that's not going to seem like it makes much sense. You have to give me solid information so that I know what's going on.
Well, until I get in there, I don't have any to give you.
But I don't even know that you've opened a door. You got to be updating me, right?
So the entrance is a slanted wooden cellar door with an iron pull ring and iron hinges that stands against the foundation of the house. So you open that and you look down and you see from your vantage point, you can see the stairs that go down to,
Okay.
they kind of like turn to the left.
All right. Well, I would like to start down stealthily and close the door behind me.
Okay.
Does Jordan have any natural ability to sense magic in the
He's
house?
got detect magic.
I detect magic. It's a cantrip that requires I don't have to do
But
anything.
he used it last time and he definitely sensed magic in the house.
Okay, but he can't tell like what direction. He can't kind of direct Mick towards a certain area, like West Wing or something. Or
I would need to be in the room, I think, to do something
Okay.
as specific as that.
All right. So, do I need
And
to
even then, it might be vague, you know.
What's that?
Do I need to make a roll yet, or so far I'm good to go?
Yeah, so far you're good to go. Getting into the door is.
Well, then before you go back to Jordan, I just tell him, okay, I'm down in the cellar. So far, so good. I will stealthily move along here and tell you what happens as it changes, if anything changes.
I think if I'm doing the spell right, I need to send you a message and then you can reply. It's not like a constant radio connection. So you can't just send me a message when you want.
It's not a walkie-talkie.
Yeah, it's not a walkie-talkie. So that's why I'm going to be sending you weird messages just to check in, and you're going to send me a reply. Just let me know what's up.
Okay. Well,
so if you get in trouble, I'm not going to know unless I'm regularly sending messages.
Well, then either say my name or do this so I know
you can't say your freaking name.
No, from like out of character, say his name.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I can. Yeah, I'll tell you when I'm pointing and doing it just for your sake.
Okay.
This is hilarious. This is going to be amazing.
So Fiona says to you, so glad to see you again. I forget what her voice sounded like. She was kind of Transylvanian-ish, right?
I think everybody is at this point, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I'll try not to make everybody.
No, I'm pretty sure she was.
She was older, though. She was old, right? Fiona was.
So glad to see you again. Please, why don't you have a seat? Stay a while. Let's talk.
I spent a lot of last night laid up. I need to stand just for a little bit here. It was quite a night. I don't know if you had the same experience. It was quite a night last night.
Well, when that saber-toothed cat showed up, I made quick work of getting back home. I'll tell you that.
You're smarter than a lot of the people in this town, I'll tell you right now.
Well, that's why I should be burgomaster.
What even happened to him? I lost track of him. I was busy with his henchmen there.
Yes. Speaking of which...
Did you have some? I thought you were saying something. I'm sorry.
I was hoping you'd tell me what happened.
He is not going to be a problem for you ever again. I'll tell you that. Unless you're planning on going to the underworld sometime soon. Am I right?
It's very funny. Mick, what are you doing?
I am continuing down. I picture myself sort of crouched a little bit, hand on the wall, just going down ever so slowly.
Down the stairs?
Yeah, down the stairs into I assume there's a hallway.
Okay, so from the stairs, you can kind of start to see what the cellar looks like. It is a large root cellar that has a dirt floor. 2 ascending flights of stone steps enclosed by wooden railings stand across from one another. So there's another set of stairs directly across the room from where you're coming down. Tracks in the earth lead from one staircase to the other, and the other trail goes from both staircases to the center of the bare west wall. 4 neatly made cots are set in a row against the south wall.
Okay. So I turn one way, there's a wall. I turn the other way, there's 4 beds against a wall.
So from
and stairs.
You're coming in from the east. So to your left, there is a wall with 4 beds. Directly across from you is the other set of stairs, and to the left of that is where the other drag marks go into, like, just end at the wall. So there's drag marks that go between the stairs, and then another path that goes from the stairs to the middle of the wall.
I want to follow those, but I don't put my back to black. I move along the walls, going towards those drag marks leading to nowhere, basically.
Okay. When you touch the floor, I need you to make a stealth check.
Not good. 11.
Okay. When you touch your feet to the wooden floor and begin to make your way across the room, you see the floor kind of start to move in the middle of the room. and 8 skeletal hands reach out of the bottom of the floor, and skeletons rise from the bottom, from underneath the dirt, and stand facing you, kind of expectantly.
How many?
8.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Are they just straight up skeletons that pop up, or do they have any arms and armor?
They are just skeletons. They're animated skeletons.
No muscle, so they're just very fragile.
Are they animated?
Yeah.
Yes, they are Disney cartoons.
They're playing xylophones, ribs.
Well, I cast
Playing
on
spooky
myself
skeletons.
protection from evil and good, and then take out my short swords and stay still, see what they do.
Okay. If I can find.
If only you had some arrows.
What's an arrow going to do against a skeleton? It went right through the ribs.
What's the sword?
Okay. One moment, please. Okay. If you are standing there and the skeletons give you a few moments, like I said, they're kind of standing there expectantly, and after you don't do anything, they raise as if they're going to attack you. So roll initiative, please.
Watch me roll awesome on this one. Oh, hey, I didn't. 7.
Oof.
You don't want to roll 7. That means they all have initiative.
Luckily, they rolled a 6, so you get to go first.
Okay.
Run away! Run away!
Well, I'm gonna two weapon fighting. I go after skeleton number 1. Well, actually, before I do that, I activate my ability, and then I attack with two-handed weapons.
Sure.
Okay, so there will be a 25 to hit
That'll do it.
for the first one, and let me go ahead and roll for the second one, see if it hits. And that'll be 21 for the second one.
That'll hit as well.
Okay, so that is 1d6 plus 4. So that'd be 8 plus my ability on the first one adds another d8. So that's 8. That's 10 damage with the first attack, and it's all force damage.
Okay.
And then the next one, I just get to roll a d6. I don't get to add. That's another point of damage.
Okay. So you slash twice with your blades, and you really do quite a bit of damage to the skeleton. Like a bunch of bones go flying off of it, but it is still standing.
Okay, and then I will use my second attack that I get. I have an extra attack, so that means I get to do 2-weapon fighting again, right?
I believe for a bonus action attack, it's only 1. Because
It's not a bonus action. I have 2 attacks now since I'm 5th level. So I have another attack action.
but isn't your two-handed fighting, isn't that a special?
Not anybody can do it. That's what you told me, remember? So if I can do it with one normal attack, that means I could do it with the second one. So it'd be basically like I get 4, right?
All right. Well, let's treat it that way for now. I'll do a little more research over the next week, but that's fine for now.
I had no idea. I just did my
Sure.
figuring for 5th level just now.
I don't know about dual weapons, but the way mine reads for extra attack is you can attack twice instead of once whenever you take the attack action on your turn.
All right. So yeah. So if your attack action is being able to attack with 2 weapons every time, then yes, you would be able to. So like I said, we'll treat it that way for now,
Okay.
and then we'll figure it out next week if it's different. But
All right. Well, then I can't do another bonus action, so this is just straight piercing damage here. Let me see if I hit. 10.
10 does not hit.
And then the second hand is 17.
17 will hit.
Okay. So that is 7 damage piercing.
Okay. With that, you plunge your head into the skull of the skeleton, and it sticks through the skull, and the rest of the bones kind of like fall away, and it's just like leaves the skull on your sword, and you fling it off.
Does it happen to hit one of the other skeletons?
No, you didn't kill it that good. But it is their turn now, so they are all gonna kind of rush you. Now, the good news is they can't necessarily all hit you because there won't be room for them all to swing at you. So I'm only gonna let 4 of them actually attack you.
They don't like queue up. It's not like an old kung fu movie where they just take turns.
The first one is not a natural 20, but a 20. The second one is a 21. Third one is a natural 20. And the last one is a 14.
Okay, on the natural 20, I'm using a luck point to re-roll, and what you roll is a 6.
Okay, so that one's definitely going to miss because it's not that much plus. And but your armor class is 14 right now, right? So 3 of them are going to hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what are they doing? Just slapping me with like?
Yeah, they're just right. Yeah.
Okay.
So they're going to do a total of 7 damage.
Okay.
And it is your turn again.
All right. All right. So, is there anything else happening in the room, or I'm just fighting with a bunch of skeletons?
That's all that's happening at the moment. Yep.
Okay. Well, I would like to give my movement to go. How close am I to those drag marks that lead into the wall?
You're about probably 10 feet, but there are 7 skeletons in between you and them.
Oh, so they're in between me.
Yeah, they popped up in the middle of the room.
All right. Well, I activate my ability and I go hunting skeleton. So 2-hand again. Let me see. The first one is going to be a 16 to hit.
Yep.
All right. And the other hand will be an 18 to hit.
Yep.
All right. First one is First one is 10, and the second one is a grand total of 11 for both hits.
Okay. So similarly to the last time, you take a good couple strong whacks at the thing, and a bunch of the bones, like the ribs and stuff, go flying off of it, but it is still standing, just looking not great.
Well, then I'll be using my other attack. So that's going to be 17 to hit on the first hand. And 11 to hit for the second hand.
The second one's going to miss.
Okay. The first one does 9 damage.
Okay. So with that strike, you slice right through its spinal cord, and it kind of just like falls over, and the legs are kind of still standing there for a second until they like teeter over in the opposite direction.
So now there's 6 skeletons, right?
Now there are 6 skeletons. Yep. and they are now gonna. Still 4 of them are gonna try to attack you.
Okay.
Ooh. That's a 17. That is an 8. That is a natural 1 and a 19. So 2 of them are going to hit. One of them is going to trip.
I'm going to use one more luck point and roll, and I will make it a. Well, crap! I didn't help myself at all. It's a 15 now, so you still hit.
Okay, so 2 of them hit. The one that rolled a 1 is going to trip over one of the piles of bones that has fallen to the floor, and it's going to be prone.
Okay.
So 2 of them are going to hit you. It's going to be. I rolled pretty well. 10 more damage.
Okay.
And you're up.
All right. Let me double check one of the spells here. Now, if I use a spell and it's supposed to take my action, does that mean it takes one of my attacks and I can only use the other one?
You can only if that double attack only works is if you use your first attack as the attack action.
Okay. So if I use a spell that takes
That is your turn.
action, I can't attack.
Correct.
Okay, let me see what this thing does then. Okay, yeah, I'm not using that one. All right, so I will. Is the prone one like directly in front of me? Is it the closest to me?
It's not the closest to you, but you can definitely reach it if you want to attack that one. You would have advantage on it.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to use my bonus action. Instead of activating my ability, I'll use Hunter's Mark on the closest skeleton to me, and then I'm going to attack.
Okay.
All right. So first hand gets 13 to hit.
That just hits.
Okay. And the second hand is a 14.
That'll hit.
All right. So that is 14 damage. And
Okay.
that's the first hit because I used my Hunter's Mark.
Yeah, it's dead.
Okay. So I guess that means I use the extra attack on the next skeleton.
Yep, that's fine.
And I use my. Well, actually, no, I can't use the bonus action yet. Okay, so
You can only use a bonus. You can only use a bonus action once a turn.
yeah, I know. So I can't
Yeah.
do what I was going to do. So the first hand does
Which one are you attacking? Are you attacking the prone one or another one?
the standing one closest to me.
Okay.
So 17 to hit for the first
Yep.
hand. All right, and 11 that doesn't hit.
Correct. It does not hit.
So that would be 8 damage.
Okay. So this skeleton that is prone stands up, and 4 of them are going to attack you. That is a 15. That is a 17. That is an 11. And that is another natural 1. So that guy's a little slippery sucker, and he falls down again.
Okay, so the 17, I'm going to burn another luck point here, and you rolled a 4 instead of a 17.
Okay. So only 1 hits you. And it does 5 damage.
Okay. 5 damage. All right. So back to my turn.
Yep.
All right. So there's 5 of them now.
Correct. One of them is pretty injured, and the other 4 are untouched.
At any point during this fight, has Jordan whispered? Or is this all taking place way too fast?
I don't know.
It's been, probably 30 seconds or a minute so far, at least. So, how often are you going to be checking in on them?
I was going to try to do it fairly often.
All right. So, why don't we take a break from your scene and go back to Jordan and Crow?
All right.
All right. So,
I had just said the thing about Underworld, and she had just said that was funny or something.
Yeah. So she says, "Yes, I heard that he died. Why don't you tell me exactly what happened, though?"
So we were just down the street a ways, and I didn't know, if we were going to run into any trouble, and it really just took a turn. There was, cats everywhere. It was just a lot of craziness. But I was curious to know what's going on with you these days.
And since he did that, all I will say in the whisper is, I'm under attack, but I believe I can get out. Act like nothing's wrong.
She says, "Well, that was not a very artful dodge of my question."
I'm just, I'm just here to make sure that you were okay.
I want to. I was not very fond of Isaac. I want to drink in his demise. Please tell me what happened.
We hit him a bunch, then he go boom.
And she's like, internal affairs, bitch, against the wall. Oh, shit.
My friend here lacks the poetry of language, but he is quite right. You have good reason not to like him. He is about as thick as a stone. That guy, we tried several times to just get through to him that he should leave, and he wasn't having it. So, of course, it just led to blows. Man, fire, right? That guy. It was like flames all around us, and we were just trying to make sure, are we going to be okay?
That's very interesting that you tried to convince him to leave when I specifically asked you to kill him.
I just wanted to get a sense of who he was. I didn't want to just, I wanted to take him by surprise and not necessarily, So we had a bit of a conversation, but and then of course came to blows, and he's hitting us, we're hitting him. It was dramatic. It was a lot of fire. Again, that guy and his fire. It was something else.
Yes. It's funny. I have many eyes in this city. And I heard about how you bested him and how he fell. And then how you saved him.
I just was, you did? Well, he went down, and I wanted to check him for, money and stuff. I'm not going to just leave him there. So I was checking him. I had my buddy lift him up. We were, checking him over, and then he it went sour a little bit, but he ended up dead. He's still dead.
All right, we're gonna cut back to Mick.
Okay,
Since this is clearly not going well for you guys, let's see if it can go any worse for Mick.
I believe it was the beginning of my turn. So
yes.
How far am I from the door that I entered in? I'm not too far, am I?
No, you're not too far, but you are engaged in combat. So if you try to run away from them, they will get an attack of opportunity on you.
So I don't think I have anything that would help with that. So the protection from good and evil, what is a skeleton? Like, what is it?
What does that spell do again exactly?
It's it protects you from a whole bunch of different types of creatures. Let me bring it up again, the full list.
They have like disadvantage on attack rolls as well.
It is It's aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. They have disadvantage on attack rolls.
Oh, I'm
against
sorry.
target.
Okay, I thought it was just like ability checks and stuff. So heal back, I guess, like half of what damage you've been dealt,
Okay, and then
and take a luck point back.
okay.
Because I'm a kind and benevolent DM.
All right. So I guess I will risk that since they'll still have to roll to hit me.
Yeah.
I'll risk that and see if I can't use all my movement to get out through the door.
Okay. So let me grab a second d20 to make this easier. Disadvantage. First one is going to miss. Second one is going to hit. Third one is going to miss. And the fourth one is going to hit. So 2 hit, 2 missed. No, sorry. That one missed too, because that disadvantage. So only one of them is going to hit you.
Okay. What's my damage?
2 damage.
All right. So since that means I get out, I obviously close the door behind me,
Sure.
and I have my rope with me. Is there, can I tie the door shut? Or is that not possible with the way it's set up?
Yeah, I guess you could try to do that. Sure, because there's like handles on the door, so you can tie them together.
All right, well, I cut about 10 feet of my rope off and do a tie job. And then walk off casually and eventually take the long way back to the guys.
Bloodily. Okay, so cut back to Jordan and Crow. And she says, I want to believe you, but I don't.
I don't know why. I mean, if you had actual eyes on what went down, they would definitely have told you how badly we beat the snot out of that guy.
Oh,
And,
yes, you definitely did. And you killed him very well. And then for some reason, you ran into a cloud of flying daggers in order to save the man's life instead of letting him die like I told you to.
I wouldn't have called it that at all. I think this person clearly needs to have their eyes checked. There was no saving, lifting perhaps to make sure. And then I got hit hard. And I don't really remember a whole lot after Crow is the one that saw him actually die. But yeah, he's dead, and it's only because of how badly we beat the snot out of him. Them's the facts.
She says, I have no interest in killing you, but I also don't have any interest in you being in my home any longer. So you may leave.
There's no fee reward thing here. Nothing.
No, you did a bad job at the thing I asked you to do, and I know that in the end he ended up killing himself. So you didn't really do anything. I mean, you did, and then you messed up by undoing that for some reason.
I'm just, I'm saying.
Says people I trust more than you.
That's probably fair.
We should have been like, oh no, we didn't want any witnesses, and we saw people watching. So
I didn't see any people watching, but
they're very sneaky and shadowy.
Yeah, clearly. Yeah,
amazing.
That's went well.
Then I guess that's it. I appreciate your time, I suppose, and good luck.
Can I hear what Jordan's patron is saying about Jordan's story that he tried to tell this lady?
He's just going, oh, you really bonered that one?
Good times.
All right. So you are escorted out of the house by the maid, and you hear the door lock behind you.
Wonderful.
Well, this went well.
So we're all together now?
And hustling off and away from eyes, not together. Crow and I are going one way. Back to the inn.
Well, I mean, if they saw the fight, then, or if they know the fight, then they know that we were together.
But I don't want whatever Mick was in and coming running out of the back of the house bleeding.
Yeah, you walk out of the door just as like Mick is like walking by, like wiping blood off his mouth and his nose.
And he gives me one of these.
It's not that badly damaged, though.
You look at each other and go, how'd it go? And you're like,
Good news is I found out some information. The bad news is I did not find it out nicely.
I know where they're hiding all their skeletons.
Yeah. So are we all in the inn now at like a table?
Yeah, I guess we're regrouping at this point.
Well, if we're all down at the inn at a table, I mentioned that apparently there's a wall in that basement that drag marks go to, but yet there's no door. So I'm thinking there's something hidden behind that wall, and we need to know what it is. Now, there are skeletons guarding it, but unless it was only because of Jordan's distraction with Crow, they're really easy to defeat. There was just too many for me to stay down there by myself.
What are the odds that when they check, they know someone tried to get in?
I would assume pretty high. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
because he left the door tied with rope.
Yeah. Since he tied the door to keep the skeletons from following him, they're probably
killed
going to
some
know
of
it.
them.
The door is probably not going to be open anymore.
So I would guess that if we were to go down there again, they would be armed and armored skeletons.
It's gonna be. I think if we were
Skeletons have
lucky.
guns now.
They're all strapped.
We completely botched this on all ends. This is where
I
we're
mean,
at.
I think if we're going down there, we need to go down there soon.
Before they put a lock on it.
So
Like, go back like right now?
it's either now or wait a while. But if we go now, they have yet probably to discover that I was down there, and it would be quick work of the skeletons if all of you were to come with me. I managed to defeat 3 of them and damage 1 fairly easy. So there was just too many for me to do alone.
Should I try going to the front door and changing into like her son to let the lady let me in, and then I like knock her out or whatever, and then change into the maid and say like, oh no, there was no one at the door, then let all of you guys in the front door so we don't have to go through skeletons and all that crap in the basement?
I
That spell so
I don't know how to do it. I'm just saying. I
actually
think it was easier to do.
to maybe look like a son and go in and distract her while we get down there, but I don't know how long that would last.
Well, alter self is I think only myself. I don't know if I can cast it on someone else.
No, I'm saying you do it on yourself
It's an hour.
It's an hour.
as the distraction, like Jordan was for me.
Or we can just go to the basement. Whatever you guys want to do, I don't care.
I say we go to the basement. I want to
All
kill
right,
some
let's do
stuff.
Let's do it.
All right.
Okay.
Gordon. Oh, he's distracted.
I don't love this plan, but clearly we don't have a lot of other options if we're going to do this now.
I
think-
say now or never.
That's
I'm
true.
going to go the back way instead of down the road. I'm going to go behind the houses. That way they can't see us through a window.
Yeah.
And the entrance is on the back side of the house anyway.
It hasn't been that long since we were just there, so if they haven't checked yet, we would have time on our side. However, who knows, right?
All right. Let's try this.
All right. I guess we're heading back there, Alec.
What are we
Okay.
doing with Irina? Is she joining us?
One of us probably needs to either stay with Arena or we take her with us. Or, I mean, I don't know that we can leave her in the hotel by herself with no Ismark. Someone want to stay behind and with Arena?
What
Or
should
do we
Should
want to take her with us?
Yeah, that's the real question. You want to bring her with us and she does nothing, or
What is it, Irina? What do you want to do? What do you think?
There you go.
She says, I don't know. I'm exhausted.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm thinking
That was great delivery.
Mix hurt some if we want to leave.
but Mick is like
I am not
Strong.
being alone with that woman.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
I'm thinking either
I'm down to stay, because I
thinking
think Jinbei is really strong, and like so is Crow, and Jordan is the most powerful with it being I am the weakest at all. I just thought about it like I am the weakest one here. Yeah,
Well,
I
I
get
don't know
it.
about that.
all right.
I'm probably technically the weakest, but I'm a fighter type character.
I would
do not
say,
mind watching
but
it.
you're also the stealthiest if we move beyond the skeletons to any other
So-
part of the house that you could lead
Gesh,
the way.
are you saying, Gesh, you're volunteering to stay?
Yeah, I'll stay, and we can have a fun conversation about Piccolo.
Okay.
All right.
How awesome Piccolo is,
She's
and
like, oh,
guess
Piccolo,
the four of us
that
go.
monkey was so funny.
he's so cool.
Let's go see him.
Yeah, we just go play
Okay,
with Piccolo.
can
for
we
hours.
do the same thing? Like, there's the four of us, and then we cut back to the Piccolo discussion.
Absolutely. Just see Arena going.
It cuts back to like making slapped by a skeleton on the floor.
And then it cuts to Gesh and he's just like dancing with the monkey.
And then there's a skeleton with like swords coming at him.
Perfect. Okay. So the four of you go back to the house and try to sneak around the back, and you cut the rope and go downstairs.
Crow first this time.
Actually, okay, that's fine.
So
You go down and there's 4.5 skeletons standing there, and you can roll initiative for me, please.
do we all make it to where we're on the third floor, or are we some of us on the stairs? How are we?
That is entirely up to you how you'd like to situate yourself in the room.
Well, I'm probably the last in because I rolled a 1.
Oh,
I got
So that would
20.
be at a 5 for initiative.
Crow?
13. Oh, sorry.
20.
Jordan?
22, 22, baby.
Ooh. And
Johnny's going first.
okay. Yeah, you're definitely going first.
All right. So, I mean, I assume we all just like got down onto the floor more or
Yeah.
less. With
I mean,
Nick.
if someone would like to stay on the stairs, you may, but you have the option of getting to the floor before you start
I was
fighting.
going to be like basically right behind Crow, basically.
Sure, that's fine.
Letting Crow lead the way. So I'll do an Eldritch blast over his shoulder at one of the.
Okay, the injured one or one of the fresh ones?
They're all standing.
Yeah, but at this point, like the prone one stood back up.
Okay, then I'll aim at the injured one if I can tell that one of them's in. I don't know how
Yeah,
you
I
tell.
mean, it's got a bunch of bones missing.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, I'll blast that one first then.
I like to think that the prone one's really juicy still. He still has enough meat on there, so he keeps slipping.
15.
Yep.
9 damage, and let's see, did I take that? I think I took the. No, that's it. Yeah, 9 damage. There it is.
Yep. Okay. It explodes into a bunch of dusty bits of bone.
Could I have put my armor back on
Certainly. Yeah.
since we went back to the thing?
Sure
Okay.
thing. Crow.
Okay, said Nick ever get his arrows?
No,
No.
I still have
There will be no arrows in this game.
It's like the ongoing drama.
He's gonna collect bones and start shaving them.
Can I do that?
Enter into a rage and
Sure.
attack with a slee. So get 2d20s there. Oh, and I'm using Great Weapon Master too.
Oh, sure. Okay, that sounds like overkill, but let's do it.
Yep. Which that means so. Highest roll would have been 18.
Yep.
Okay, let me roll for damage.
I find it hilarious that me and Daymare were the only ones that got feats.
22 damage.
Yeah, man. You smash it good. You kind of like just baseball swing its head right off.
And then with Great Weapon Master, on your turn when you score a critical hit, well, I'll do this here in a second. With a melee weapon or reduce a creature to 0 hit points with one, you can make one melee weapon attack as a bonus action. So I've still got 2 more attacks.
Great. These skeletons are not long for this earth, I think.
Are they shaking? They're like
Yeah.
rattling.
They're
15.
playing their ribs like xylophones. Yep.
All right. And 27 damage.
Oh my god. Yeah. So you hit that skeleton, and like for a moment, you see it back as a human again, and it dies a second time.
And
So
then for
there-
my last attack,
There's 2 now, right?
There's 2 left. Yep.
Okay.
I
Well, not for long.
assume soon to be 1.
19 to hit.
Yep.
I'm at 19. And 23.
Yep.
Okay. And that's then my turn.
So basically, you run to the room and just start swinging like this, absolutely wildly screaming, and just bones just fly everywhere.
Yep.
Okay, great. The one skeleton that is left is going to attack you, I guess, since you're right there, and it's going to get not a hit on you at all. So, Jimbei.
Okay, so there's just one left at this point.
Yes,
All right.
there's just one left.
Then I think I'm just going to use my Warhammer and attack it with that. Where is my... I put the box on the wrong side because the cat knocked the box over and everything else will go.
Oh, sorry. They would have got
and-
advantage on attacking me on that.
13? I don't know if 13 hits or not.
It does.
Okay. And then, so that's, where's my D10?
Alec, you would have had advantage on attacking me. Sorry. Since I went into a
okay.
frenzy.
Then it would be a 15 to hit.
That would hit.
Okay. They're going to take a whole 2 damage.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to, okay, damage. What's my proficiency? 8 damage with the Warhammer. So,
Okay.
yeah, it seemed very measly attack compared to Crow.
So, interestingly, it is vulnerable to bludgeoning damage, so it smashes it good, and you are able to kill that one too.
Nice.
So they're all dead.
So they're all dead.
Well, I didn't have to
You're
get
welcome.
into that fight. So I brush past the other guys and point out what I saw with the Strahd marks leading into the wall. And I asked Jordan if he can detect magic on it.
Well,
I can
What,
I
like
can
the-
definitely do that. We'll see what happens.
investigate the wall.
Detect magic in the room and that wall, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely sense magic. Were just a bunch of reanimated skeletons, so you can't really necessarily tell if there's anything else.
Okay.
But yes,
If I'm
your magic meter is going bing, 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 bing.
So I don't know about the rest of the guys, but I want to move my hands along the wall, see if I can investigate and find a crack or a button or a area that's an illusion or something.
Yeah.
Before he does his investigation, I'm going to cast guidance that allows him to roll an extra D4 on his.
Okay. So because like the drag marks lead directly to that spot and you know exactly where to look, you don't really need to roll to find the door.
Okay.
You press against the wall and you do feel it kind of begin to budge. So you can continue to press through it if you'd like.
Would I need to do anything with strength?
Nope. It works as a door.
Well, then I open that door and hope nothing whacks me.
Okay. You open the door and get a look inside, and inside that room you see flickering candles and iron holders fill this room with light and shadows. This room has a 10-foot high ceiling and a large black pentagram inscribed on the stone floor. At each point of the pentagram rests a wooden chair. Seated in 4 of the 5 chairs are men and women in black robes with hoods. A young man who has the face of an angel, a balding hulk of a man, a squat middle-aged woman, and a taller, younger woman with an unsettling glare. They rise to confront you.
Whoops.
Can you describe them one more time?
I'm trying to get in here.
Yes.
I was trying to find the restroom.
A young man who has the face of an angel, a balding hulk of a man, a squat middle-aged woman, and a taller, younger woman with an unsettling glare. And they look at you, and they each draw, I'm going to guess, a dagger, and look at you sharply. And we will end there for the night.
I was going to say, if anyone wants to choose a band name for that crowd. Is that Joy Division or New Order or something?
So you managed to survive, but my title is not incorrect. There was a death.
There was multiple.
So you survived for now, but you found yourself in yet another sticky situation, boys.
Imagine that.
I'm not as bad off as I was, though.
Yeah, it is very true. All of you are still standing. At least.
Nick, surviving 8 skeletons and taking out almost 4 of them, that was amazing, man. All
Yeah.
on your own.
Could he have exited earlier though before they raised their swords?
I mean, yeah. So until they started engaging in combat, he could have run away, but there was a way to. There's like a password that you could have told them.
Oh, cool.
They would have not attacked you.
That's awesome.
Well, there was no way I could do that, though, and I kind of nerfed the stealth roll. So
Is that like a password we would have learned from like the lady of the house or whatever?
Yeah, certain people you could have learned it from, but you wouldn't have known to look for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No.
That's really cool that existed though. That's neat.
So yeah, we will join back up there next week, and hopefully the week after. Well, no, the week after probably not, because that's going to be Mainframe Comic-Con 3.0. So, which I believe will be done by that point, but we're probably going to not be too hyped on doing another 2 hours of talking on the internet after.
Come on.
After I have to produce in the background for 20 hours over the course of the weekend. But you guys should check out Mainframe Comic Con. If you haven't checked out the website, the guest list is impressive.
It is bananas, and Piccolo would go nuts.
Yeah, Piccolo he's like, forget grapes. This is the real treat. So
I read earlier that humans eat more bananas than monkeys, which kind of makes sense because I don't remember the last time I ate a monkey.
Nailed it.
I would like to say I have a video premiering tomorrow. You should all watch it because it's about a mystery box.
Nice.
Very cool. Yeah. If anyone has anything they'd like to plug, do it on your own time. I'm just kidding. No, definitely check out Big Will's video tomorrow. Check us out Wednesday. Check out everyone's channel that I didn't link in the description below, but you probably already follow everyone. So hit that notification bell for everyone. And until next week, never turn your back on